You don't blindly believe anything, you don't blindly reject anything. You have to question yourself, do I want to live a normal life or do I want to live a great life? So sincerity breeds seriousness. And how much knowledge you get, what kind of knowledge you have, depends on your ability to investigate. If you don't have scientific temper, then you cannot be a great person. Your destiny depends on your thinking. As you think, so you become. What to do, what not to do. Who will tell you? Nobody is going to tell you. Welcome, friends. We are on the third day of this 5 days retreat. So the first day we spoke about, it was more of introduction to practical spirituality. And yesterday we spoke about energy management, and yamas and niyamas. Today we'll speak about how to live a great life, how we can make ourselves great, learning to be great. We have this wisdom session. We all are gathered here in this Zoom platform. So, what is the primary thing we acquire? You acquire is knowledge. What is that? The final outcome you get when you attend this online session, the spiritual class. What you get from Sajjana Sanghatya, what you get from Guru Sanghatya, what you get is jnana. In English, we can call it as wisdom or knowledge. So, today's topic we will discuss about how to be great, learning to be great. If you want to live a normal life, then you don't need knowledge. But if you want to live a great life, then you need a lot of knowledge. So the knowledge makes all the difference. To acquire the knowledge, you need scientific temper. So you underline the word scientific temper. Scientific temper simply means it is your ability to investigate the things. It is your ability to question. It is your ability to do analysis. Your ability to question, your ability to investigate, and your ability to find the reasoning, data, experiment. So, with the sufficient investigation, you gather data and you investigate into the things. So, your ability to question, your ability to reason, your ability to do the analysis, your ability to investigate the things. It is called scientific temper with sufficient data, with proper reasoning. You don't blindly believe anything, you don't blindly reject anything. You go with proper research data. You have to involve yourself into the research. You have to investigate into the things. Scientists investigate on matter, yogis and rishis investigate on the soul. So you become a spiritual scientist. When you investigate on yourself, on your soul, self investigation, then you become a great spiritual scientist. The greatness comes from your investigation. The greatness comes from your acquiring of knowledge. The greatness comes from your sincerity. The greatness comes from your seriousness. So, this is the definition of your greatness comes from investigation. Okay. So, today we are discussing the topic learning to be great. So, the first step is you have to investigate, you have to question. Through questioning, through investigation, through research, through analysis comes the knowledge. If you don't investigate, then you don't get the knowledge. The more your knowledge is expanded, now here is the interesting thing. The more your knowledge is expanded, the more your will becomes sincere, the more you become a sincere person. So many times people ask, Sir, I want to do sincere meditation. I want to be sincere in my spiritual journey. I want to be sincere. I know I really want to be in this journey, but sometimes I'm not. Sometimes the laziness comes in. Sometimes I postpone the things. How can I be more sincere? So this is the question asked. So how can you be more sincere? You can be more sincere when you expand your knowledge. The more you expand your knowledge, the more naturally you become sincere. Your expansion of the knowledge is the key. And how do you expand your knowledge? Using scientific temper, by investigating into the things. You have to question yourself, do I want to live a normal life or do I want to live a great life? First question you have to ask yourself, do I want to live a great life or do I want to live a mediocre, normal life? So, if your inner quest is to live a great life, then the first step is you have to investigate into things. You have to be in the experiment mode, you have to be in the research mode, you have to be in the analysis mode. You have to develop the qualities of a scientist. Spirituality is pure science. The definition of science is that which can be replicable by anybody, anytime, any place, then it becomes a pure science. So spirituality is pure science. Anybody who meditates, anybody who investigates into the thing, anybody who expands the knowledge, they become a yogi. Any person, whether you are from India, Africa, Asia, Europe, America, any person is eligible to become a yogi. So this is pure science. If you don't investigate, if you don't do your own research, then you can never be great. In my own journey, when I started meditation in the year 2008, so 2008, 2009, 2010, for almost 2.5 years, I was into very, very sincere and serious investigation of my own self. So that intense journey, that intense investigation, that intense experiment helped me to understand what am I, what is my life purpose, what is my life journey. And I'm able to guide so many people around the world. I'm able to guide so many people around the world, not because of the bookish knowledge, not because I read some books or I heard something. I'm able to guide the people because of my own investigation, because of my own research. 2.5 years, 24 by 7. I quit my job, I quit everything. And my only focus is investigation. I want to know who am I? What am I? Where did I come from? What is my purpose of life? What is death? What happens after death? So was my pure investigation. 2.5 years of intense investigation. So as part of that investigation, I learned mindfulness, meditation, swadhyaya. Everything happened in that investigation. So more I investigate, more deeper I go, more I become sincere. Naturally, I became sincere. I became sincere because of my own research, because of my own investigation, because of my own questioning. And the more I become sincere, the more I become serious. Sincerity breeds seriousness. You have to underline this point. Sincerity breeds seriousness. You have to investigate the things to become sincere. And sincerity naturally breeds seriousness. Seriousness means sadhana. Seriousness means regular practice. You might have the intent to know the things, but if there is no sadhana, then there is no practical experience. So, sincerity breeds seriousness. Your seriousness depends on your sincerity. Your sincerity depends on your knowledge. Your knowledge depends on your ability to investigate. Your sincerity depends on your the knowledge you acquire. And how much knowledge you get, what kind of knowledge you have, depends on your ability to investigate, question, do the research, do the analysis, acquire the data, be scientific. The more you are having scientific temper, the more you will be able to investigate the things. If you don't have scientific temper, then you can never be a great person. Write it down very crystal clear. If you don't have scientific temper, then you cannot be a great person. And the major difference between animals and humans are humans have the ability to investigate the things. Animals don't have the ability to investigate the things. Humans have the scientific temper. Animals don't have the scientific temper. So if you want to be a great person, you have to have the scientific temper. If you don't have scientific temper, then you languish in very ordinariness. Animals cannot investigate. Animals cannot question because they act on the instincts. They follow. Animals follow. If you have seen a sheep, there will be one sheep going forward and every sheep will go behind it. So if you blindly follow somebody, you blindly believe in something, then you can never be great. So, my dear friends, it is very important you understand this. This is a very fundamental subject. If you want to be a great person, if you want to be a great yogi, if you want to be a self realized person, if you want to realize the truth, this fundamental quality is must. If you don't have the ability to investigate, if you don't have scientific temper, you cannot realize the truth. As simple as that. The more you have the scientific temper, the more you have the aptitude to investigate into the things, the more naturally you will acquire knowledge. You will expand your knowledge. The expansion of your knowledge naturally results in making your will stronger. Your will becomes stronger. And the more your will becomes stronger, the more naturally you become sincere. The more you are sincere, the more naturally you become serious. Sincerity leads to seriousness, and seriousness leads to enlightenment. That is the equation. Sincerity leads to seriousness, and seriousness leads to enlightenment. So it all depends on you. It is a choice, very crystal clear choice. You want to be a great person or you want to be an ordinary person? You want to live a great life or you want to live an ordinary life? Don't confuse ordinary life with simple life. You need high intelligence to live a simple life. All enlightened people live a simple life. Simplicity comes from enlightenment. But here the question is whether you want to be ordinary or you want to be great. Only a great person can live a simple life, can live a meaningful life, can live a happy life, can live an enlightened life, can live a healthy life. You want to live just like an animal or you want to live like a great human? The choice is yours. So, my dear friends, the key is acquiring of knowledge, expanding of knowledge. The more you expand the knowledge, the more your will becomes sincere. It is your primary birthright. To live a great life is your birthright. But whether you want to live a great life or not, it is your choice. All the great masters' teachings, whether it is Chinese enlightened masters like Lao Tzu or Suan Tzu, or whether it is Greek enlightened masters like Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, or whether it is great enlightened masters from India like Mahavir, Buddha, Swami Rama, Vivekananda, Yogananda Paramahamsa, or whether it is Jesus Christ or Muhammad, all the great masters' teaching are simply meant to inspire you to live a great life. All masters' teaching, their focus, their intent is to support the humanity to live a great life, to live a meaningful life, to live a happy life and a healthy life. So, scientific temper and investigation of the things plays a very, very important role. You might know something, but still you should be open minded to listen to it. You might have read a book, but you have to read the book again after a few months, after a few years. You read the same book, the depth of your understanding will be different. You will learn new things. The same concept, it is not so easy. You just listen once, you will get it straight. You have to listen to it multiple times. Your quest to acquire the knowledge is the key. This is Jnana Yoga. Okay. And this investigation extends into the investigation of the truth, what is not truth, what is Dharma, what is other. Now we are entering into a very interesting subject. Always there are two things which is very interesting: Dharma and Karma. The concept of karma is always very interesting. The concept of dharma is always very interesting. So you have to investigate into this. Karma. Karma simply means action and its consequences. The subject of karma deals with consequences. The more you are interested to acquire the knowledge of karma, to understand the law of karma, that means the more you are interested in the consequences, action and its consequences, thinking and destiny. So the karma deals with this subject. Your destiny depends on your thinking. Law of karma. As you think, so you become. As you sow, so you reap. This is law of karma. But dharma simply means righteousness. Dharma means righteousness. What to do, what not to do. How to do, how not to do. Why to do, why not to do. When to do, when not to do. This is dharma, righteousness. And dharma is such interesting concept because it is very dynamic. It is not the same for everybody. It depends on the age of the body and the age of the soul. Depending on the age of the body and the age of the soul, your dharma constantly keeps changing and becomes much more interesting because dharma again is your purpose of life. What to do? What to do is your purpose of life. In this moment, what should I do? In the next 24 hours, what should I do? In the next 1 month, what should I do? In the next 1 year, what should I do? In this lifetime, what should I do? This is dharma. What to do, what not to do. Who will tell you? Nobody is going to tell you. Your inner consciousness will tell you. What to do, what not to do comes from your core of your being. It comes from your consciousness. Your inner voice will guide you. So, when you are in the path of dharma, then naturally your life is a celebration. When you are not in the path of dharma, by default, you are in the path of adharma. But to understand this point, when you are not in the path of dharma, by default, you are in the path of adharma. So in the Hindu culture, there is a saying, Dharmo Rakshate Rakshitaha. When you do your dharma, and your dharma will protect you from all the misery, from all the pain, from all the suffering, from all the negativity, from all your fears, from all your guilt, from all your shame. Your dharma will protect you. When you protect your dharma will protect you from all your fears, from all your guilt, from all your shame, from all your limitedness. And Gautam Buddha's teaching is focused on dharma. In Pali language, all his teachings are called Dhammapada. So you have to investigate what is Dharma, what is Adharma, what is truth, what is untruth, what is Dharma, what is Adharma. So this is a lifetime of research. It is not like you research for 1 year and then everything is done and dusted. No, it is a lifetime of research. And that makes this subject the most interesting subject, where the journey is infinite. Infinite journey. There is no end to it. It's like a gold mine. The more you dig, the more the gold comes. So this spiritual journey is a journey of gold mine, never ending. Tons and tons and tons of gold you will get as long as you want. It is still there. It's a never ending journey. So once you finish the earth syllabus, then you go to the subject of other dimensions. As Jesus Christ said, in my Father's kingdom, there are many, many mansions. So once you have got enlightened about yourself, then there is stellar enlightenment. One is your own individual enlightenment. Then there is stellar enlightenment. There are so many dimensions, so many planets, so many galaxies, so many life forms. Earth is not the only place. Just look up and see the sky. How many star systems are there? How many galaxies are there in this cosmos? Millions and millions and millions. It's infinite. So then, from individual enlightenment, once you finish your individual enlightenment, then you enter into stellar enlightenment. You understand you are a multi-dimensional being. You understand you exist not only on earth, you exist simultaneously on other dimensions as well. You understand you are a multi-dimensional personality. You are an infinite being. While you have your own limitations in the physical body, you are an unlimited being as a soul. So now you enter into paradoxes. The aspect of truth is always paradoxical. You are limited in your physical self, but you are unlimited in your true self. Both contradictions. You are limited, at the same time, you are unlimited. Beautiful paradox. So life becomes a celebration when you understand all the paradoxes of life. So if you want to be a great person, you have to investigate into the things, my dear friends. Respect comes only if you are great. You will respect yourself. This is the most important point. You will respect yourself when you understand yourself, when you realize yourself. Underline this point. This is how you become a great person. So for the next 10 minutes, I will take few questions. But before I take the questions, today's assignment, today's homework. I hope you are doing all your assignments and homeworks and experiments. If you do your assignment, then you will be a great person. If you don't do your research, then you will be a very normal, ordinary person. So the first day experiment, I said to go for a walk in the nature. Physical exercise is a must. The more you are physically active, the more you are mentally sharp. This is what is the experiment result I want you to find. The more you are physically active, the more you are mentally sharp and strong. Right? And then practice of the mindfulness is the second experiment. The more you practice mindfulness, the more you conserve the energy, the more you don't get tired. Any work you do with mindfully, you don't get tired. This is the need of the hour in all the corporates around the world. This is the technique which is the need of the hour for all the students, where they are focused, they are mindful. Then there is no fatigue, there is no boredom. You will start enjoying what you are doing when you are doing it mindfully. Any work you do mindfully, you will enjoy it. That is the key. So this is the experiment I want you to do. Any work you do mindfully, you will enjoy the work. And any work you do mindfully, you will not get tired. Okay. And today's experiment is experiment on detox. Two kinds of detox. Actually, three kinds of detox are there. For the people who have attended signature retreats, they know this very well because they have intensely experimented. Three kinds of detox: physical detox, mental detox, and emotional detox. So, this is the experiment I want you to do at home. Three kinds of detoxes. Today is the third day, you have 2 more days. So, I want you to do this experiment so that you can ask questions on the last day if you have any questions. So, physical detox means your physical body has its own intelligence, it has its own mechanism to naturally detox itself when you give rest to the body. That means when you stop giving the input, stop eating, then your digestive system goes to your resting mode. When your digestive system goes into your resting mode, then your body detoxes very naturally. So there is the right way of physical detox. The right way is you should not shock your body. You should not give any shock treatment. It should be slow and gradual. Right? fasting. In all the cultures around the world, fasting has been given great importance because the more you do fasting, the more the detox happens. So, how to go for the physical detox? If you want to go on a physical detox, the easiest and the most effective way is you take 3 days pattern. The physical detox is a 3 days pattern. You start with 3 days. The first day, you start with fruits. You eat only fruits, no cooked food. First day, no cooked food, only fruits, salads, and juices. That is the first day. Then, second day, only juices. And when you're on only juices, 4 to 5 glasses of juice is enough for that particular day. Any kind of juice, carrot juice, beetroot juice, apple juice, orange juice, lemon juice, any kind of liquids, 5 to 6 glasses. And the second day, the point to note down is between 2 glasses of juices, you have to drink plenty of water. So on the day of detox, assuming that you have healthy kidneys, this again there is a condition. If your kidneys are not healthy, you are going through some issues with the kidneys, and you are going through dialysis and other things, then you should consult the doctor, and your liquid intake should be very less. But assuming that you have a healthy body, healthy kidneys, then everybody can try this. 4 to 5 liters of water. 4 to 5 liters of water. So the first day you are on only fruits, salads, and juices. The second day, only juices, and in between 2 glasses of juices, lot of water, plenty of water. And the third day, again, you slowly come back to only fruits and juices. So the first day is fruits, salads, and juices. The second day is juices, and the third day is only fruits. Then the fourth day, you can come back to the normal food where you eat 1 meal a day or 2 meal a day max. If you eat more than 2 meal a day, then you cannot have a great healthy body. You will become a rogi. 3 meal a day is not good for health. 2 meal a day is sufficient, more than sufficient. 2 meal a day and plenty of water is more than sufficient. So this is the detox, physical detox I want you to experiment. So I'll speak about the emotional detox and the mental detox tomorrow. But you begin with the physical detox today. Okay. So this is the experiment. And yes, I'll take 1 or 2 questions and then we'll conclude the session. Venkata Krishna. Yes, sir, you can unmute.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is Venkata Krishna Reddy from Kuwait. I think this question, you can hear me, no?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
From lot of days, I'm having this question in mind. So actually, as a part of this meditation, spreading of the meditation, I don't know because in Kuwait, different kinds of meditation courses are there. But as part of this Anapanasati, I didn't find anything. So I want to spread the meditation in because these Kuwaitis are there, there's local people, and our Indian committee is also there. So how to start with this? And I feel depressed that maybe my meditation is not so strong enough that my inner voice is not guiding me regarding how to progress in this spreading of the meditation.
I got your question.
Yes, sir.
So basically, you are asking how to motivate yourself to be sincere,
Yes, sir.
number one, and how can you do more seva? So that is your question.
Yes.
See, there are members of the BHF in Kuwait as well, where they've got proper training, the training of teachers training, and they are doing their own work in the Indian community. So there are people in Kuwait who are teaching this Anapanasati meditation. So to answer your question, first and foremost is yes, as you rightly said, if you want to do this journey on your own, you need a lot of willpower. Right. So the best solution is to be in the right Sangha. So Gautama Buddha has emphasized on this. Sangam Saranam Gacham. So three things Gautama Buddha has emphasized. Buddham Sharanam Gacham. Buddha means seek enlightenment. Saranam means you want, you seek. You prioritize and you seek it, deliberately seek it. Buddham Sharanam Gacham. Seek enlightenment. That is the first thing he spoke. Then Sangam Sharanam Gacham. You seek the right Sangha because the people around you impact you. Your environment impacts you. So his emphasis is be part of the right Sangha. Sangam Saranam Gachami. And Dhammam Saranam Gachami. Seek the Dharma. Deliberately you seek the Dharma. Always be in the Dharma. Every moment you be in the Dharma. So seek enlightenment, seek the righteousness, Dharma, and seek the right Sangha. Because sometimes you go through ups and downs and moments when you're feeling low, it is the group energy which will support you, which will cushion you. Also, the meditation. While you are doing meditation by yourself, it is important you do your individual meditation. It is also equally important you do the group meditation. Your individual meditation has its own impact, the group meditation has its own impact. The group meditation motivates you. The group meditation gives you a certain discipline. For example, if you decide, okay, I want to get up early in the morning, 4 o'clock, and I want to meditate. So you need to have a lot of willpower to get up early in the morning and meditate. But if the whole group is meditating, there are 100 people, 200 people coming together and meditating, then you motivate yourself. Very so many people are coming, getting up early in the morning. I better get up early in the morning. So you motivate yourself. So there is a certain discipline when you are part of the right Sangha. So being part of the right Sangha helps you in your spiritual path. Right? So, and also being in the Sangha helps you to develop the group consciousness, helps you to develop the oneness consciousness. Individually, you are great, but collectively also, you have to inspire each other. You have to support each other. So that comes when you are part of the right Sangha. Now you might ask the question, how do I choose what is the right Sangha? There are so many organizations. How do I choose what is the right Sangha? So that is where you need to use your intelligence. That is where you need to use your buddhi. That is where you need to contemplate and see what is right for me, what is not right for me. Which group is scientific, which group is not scientific. Which group has a hidden agenda, which group doesn't have a hidden agenda. Which group is doing pure seva, and which group is doing the things in the name of seva, but behind the screens they have their own politics. You have to use your own intelligence to figure out this, and you decide what is the right Sangha for you. So once you decide, yes, I want to be part of this group, then that group energy helps you to be much more stronger, and it increases your willpower. Then there is no question of feeling lonely or feeling low. In the beginning of the spiritual journey, the Sangha is very important. Right? So once you have become a master, then you will have a Sangha around you all the time. Because a master is a light which attracts all the people. All the truth seekers, the master naturally attracts because of his light. But in the journey, in the path, you need right companionship, you need the right guidance, you need the right Sangha. Okay. So that is very key. Gautam Buddha has emphasized on it, and every master has emphasized on it. The right Sangha. Tell about your friend, I'll tell you who you are. This is a statement. It is very common in the Western world because your friends impact you, your Sangha impacts you. Okay. So, again, I'll tell you another interesting concept. Frequency attracts frequency. Underline this, it is the truth. It is a truth of the highest order. Frequency attracts frequency. If you have the frequency to get enlightened, if you have the sincere will, if your quest is so sincere, so deep, then you will attract that kind of a Sangha. A sincere student will attract a great teacher. An insincere student will attract an ordinary teacher. A sincere student will attract a great teacher. So that's why there is a saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. The student is ready, that means the student is sincere. Then the teacher appears. So if your student is not sincere, then you might still find a teacher, but not a great teacher. So it all depends on your sincerity. Frequency attracts frequency. If you are in the path of truth, if your quest is sincere, if your desire is sincere, then you will attract the right teacher, the great teacher, and you will attract a great Sangha. So it all depends on your own frequency. Okay. So focus on your sincerity. Then naturally the universe will help you to find the right Sangha. You don't need to deliberately go to the Facebook, go to the YouTube, ask ChatGPT what is the best Sangha around the world. You don't need to do all this nonsense. Just increase your sincerity. Be sincere to yourself. The more you are sincere to yourself, the more naturally the divine laws will start working in place. It will match you with the right group. So that's why I say never complain on any organization, never complain on any teachers, never complain because it is your frequency attracted that frequency. So why complain on outside? Whatever is your frequency will attract it. A sincere student, a good student can learn from a good teacher, and a good student can even learn from a bad teacher how not to be bad. So it all depends on your sincerity. The more you have the ability to question, the more you have the ability to investigate, the more you will find the right Sangha. Okay, so that is the key. Let the universal laws come into the play, but you be sincere first. Okay. So there are many more questions. There are many more people who raise their hands. But tomorrow we'll dedicate the session to question answer session. Okay. Thank you very much. Namaste to all. See you tomorrow.